any viewers? We got one.
One's on. Bear with us.
Yeah, give us just a second here. Trying to do something new here. Play with a new feature. Mm-hmm.
Cool. What's up, everybody? First Friday of October. We've got a few viewers getting ready to roll, getting caught up. We are pinned. What's going on, everybody? I'm Jim. This is Chris. We are the founders of Demons Behind Me. Coming to you live from Jacksonville, Florida. We try to go live every Friday just to touch base with you guys, check in, see what's happening, answer any questions, tell you about new products that are launched or are about to launch. And we're going to share a story that somebody shared with us at demonsbehindme.com under the resources tab. Share your story, help someone. This is their Demons Behind Me story, a story about how they overcame a hardship in their life. We share these stories for a couple of reasons. One, it's helpful for the person who's sharing. Maybe this person never shared this story with anybody else, or they have the opportunity to kind of type it out and to kind of process it in a different way that maybe they never have before. And the main reason why we share these stories is because somebody's going through something similar. They don't know how they're going to make it through. Hearing about how one other person had made it through, that's going to bring them hope. That's what we aim to do. What up, Cliff? Happy Friday, friend.
Yeah, like Jim was saying, us sharing these stories isn't, something for us to do every week, just to kind of build our program or kill time or anything like that. We do this because these stories are meaningful and they need to be shared. When people come in and see us, even in our store here in Jacksonville or when we're out doing events, they share these stories to us in person, and it gets very, very heartfelt, very tear-jerkers sometimes. I mean, you get hugs from random strangers. It's a relief to get it off their chest and to be able to confide in us and other individuals that work with us, and you guys as well. It's giving us hope and it's giving you guys hope. So we appreciate you guys. What's up, Cliff? Happy Friday. You like how I moved that Jags cup right into your view there, Cliff? I did that for you, actually. just because you're a Titans fan.
Hey, Rachel. Good morning. Josh, what up, dude? Don't work too hard.
Yeah, so we got a great story today. It's actually going to be from a gentleman by the name of Jim.
Cool.
So that's easy to remember.
Great name.
Yeah, good name.
Great name.
Yeah.
But it's October. Who likes October as much as we do?
Oh, yeah.
Was October like always a fun month?
I remember as a kid loving, October, just being ready to get that candy, get that candy, man. Just what am I going to dress up as?
Yeah,
picking my costume.
that was fun.
As soon as you saw that first, well, for me, it was never like I don't remember the big Halloween stores, in Murfreesboro. I just remember going into Walmart or Kmart, and as soon as you walked in on October 1st, they had all the costumes.
Oh, yeah.
Right in the front. And man, it was just your eyes get big. It's like,
yeah.
man, which one am I going to get? The old plastic mask. They had the rubber band. My sibling, my older brother, would always grab the rubber band and pull it and smack back of my head with.
Nice.
We loved each other.
Yeah, so I guess it was. I'm just trying to think now. I embrace it. Growing up in upstate New York, fall was awesome.
Right.
You know, you had your hay rides, your pumpkin
yeah,
patches, your apple orchards. We don't have that in Florida, so maybe that's why that's why I embrace it more now that I'm in Florida.
Yeah, and now you said, in school, you had your fall festival you always look forward to. That was normally in October. The middle school and the elementary school I went to, we had the whole like carnival, fall carnival, and we had a haunted house that we would, decorate as
cool.
students, There was like, I didn't get to decorate that often. I wasn't a very good kid, so I always normally had to watch everybody else decorate. But everybody else would like get to go and decorate, and I'd have to sit there and read a book or something in the library by myself. That happened a lot.
But did you actually read? That's the question.
No, I normally just stared out the window and watched everybody else have fun.
Same, man. I couldn't read to save my life as a kid. But it's October, so we got a lot of stuff going on through Demons Behind Me in October. A big push for us and something that we're embracing a bit more this year than previous years is really to increase our breast cancer awareness push and doing everything we can to support breast cancer awareness, give back to end breast cancer. So we have a couple different products that are very specific to that cause. Obviously I don't have the hat up here now, but the pink ribbon hat that we have, the Never Fade cap, that always does really well. The one thing I do have is the brand new flannel, the pink and black flannel, which we just launched this week, and this thing is absolutely killing it.
It's going quick.
It might be one of the fastest flannel launches we've ever done. And, percentage of we've created a breast cancer awareness collection, which includes the flannel, the hat that I mentioned before. We have the Check 1 2 breast cancer awareness t-shirt, which is a really cool play on words and design. Our designer Cass really did an awesome job in embracing that concept. And then we threw the pink trucker hat that we have in there as well.
Yeah. The Check 1 2 was inspired by we're huge music junkies, I guess, to a certain extent. Jim is big in music. I'm big in music. Music helps heal the soul. And then we also, we sponsor these rock festivals with DWP. So it kind of in line. The design was, like a DJ board, and it has the 2 records on it. So check your 1s and 2s. So
Check 1 2.
Yeah, check 1 2.
Check
So,
1 2.
Yeah, good.
1 2. Check 1 2.
Good play on words there by our designer Cass. So
super clever.
It gets when we do the events, we actually sell quite a few of them. It's always people like, oh, that's awesome the way you guys came up with that. So good job for her to come up with that.
Yeah.
And then one other thing, so this month, you guys know when we have the drop downs where you guys can make donations to a cause that you want to. If you want to add any additional donations, it goes to the Demons Behind Me Foundation. We always have the veteran support, the mental health, and then cancer research. Mm-hmm. So anytime you do if you purchase something this month and you select cancer research, that's going to go into a bucket by itself that will go to a breast cancer research. We'll either find a foundation or we'll find something that's in line with our beliefs and make sure it goes to the right thing. Our new foundation representative, which is Heather Richardson, she's gonna be the one picking out the right one, making sure that money goes to the right bucket, make sure it goes to the right people. It could even go to helping families that are dealing with breast cancer and maybe just need to help pay bills. We don't know exactly where we're gonna push it towards yet, but once we get in there and dig in and we find the right one, we'll let you guys know where that's going and we'll announce what that looks like, what we're gonna donate at the end of this month of October towards breast cancer awareness.
Yeah, that's a good point. We've all been personally impacted by breast cancer.
Oh, yeah.
I've lost family. Chris has lost family.
Yeah.
It's way too common. Obviously we're going to echo do your screenings. The sooner you get detected, the better chance you have of beating this terrible, terrible disease. So get your screening. We are giving back. So purchase breast cancer awareness collection. The flannels are flying, so we may already be out of sizes. It's moving that fast. So grab your warrior flannel, and obviously we named it accordingly for those warriors that are fighting a fight that may seem impossible. You may get a diagnosis, or you may get a message like, "Hey, there's no beating it." But do we stop fighting? Absolutely not. We're warriors. We're fighting with you, and we want people to know if you're fighting that fight, like, you're not fighting it alone. Prayers your way. There's so many people behind you, and we're going to do everything we can at Demons Behind Me to support that and end that. So breast cancer awareness, huge push this month for us. And then, of course, Halloween. Spooky season. I love Halloween.
I love Halloween.
We love Halloween. Scary movies, the whole 9 yards. And we have some fresh, limited edition cats that we're rolling with. I haven't even put out an email blast, but these are all live here. So we did a nice little update on our jack-o'-lanterns. So a couple little variations there on the jack-o'-lantern skull hat that we did last year.
Yeah, a little brighter, a little more dimension to them. And then we've added a new one.
Yeah.
Is one of my favorites. Oh, no, where's that? This one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one. Got the little
Ghost face.
Ghost face.
So it's ghost face, but it's our skull face in the ghost face. That's really what we try to do. We do the same thing with the Friday the 13th.
Yeah.
That's our skull features inside it. And then we roll with a limited edition Reaper as well. Our Reaper hat does really, really well with the red cloak, so we wanted to change it up a little bit.
Yeah, we had
something new out there.
A little purple, a little green.
Yeah.
Kind of goes with a couple of different other Green Goblin, maybe even, or Jim's first.
It's a Skeletor.
Skeletor. It's a Skeletor. Until next time, He-Man.
But yeah, purple, green, orange, red, Halloween colors. So that's why we rock that out. And then we're going to do 5 limited edition horror shirts as well. Those are all live at demonsbehindme.com. I don't even have samples. They're live. They'll start shipping Monday, Tuesday.
Well, you're wearing one of them right now.
Well, this is the OG.
Yeah.
This is how it started. So this one's up there, but we modified the design a little bit. We wanted to reduce the amount of ink on the shirt. That's just a pet peeve of mine, having too much ink on a shirt. Gets heavier, gets a little plasticier.
Yeah.
That's a word. But it's called our Horror Gear Collection. It's on the homepage at demonsbehindme.com. Check that out. I'm going to do an email blast this evening and probably another text blast throughout the weekend. So no Michael Myers yet.
Yes,
Rachel, and that's my go-to, but nothing yet.
So all the new shirts are kind of inspired by like the horror poster theme, kind of like what Jim's got on now. So it'll be a front print only style shirt. The shirts, are we gonna put them up for pre-sale?
They're up.
Oh, they're up.
They're live.
So we're gonna start printing those next week.
Yeah, they'll go out Monday or Tuesday.
So we want to, like you said, it's gonna be a limited supply. We're actually only gonna do, I think, maybe 50 of each right now is what we're looking at. So if you want one, jump on them. Get them now, because check out the new designs. Check out we got all the mock-ups up, so you're gonna see exactly what it is. You can zoom in and see the details in the print and everything. It's they're sharp. Our designer cast killed it again, knocked it out of the ballpark. There's a couple of them that are pretty awesome. Like I was pretty excited when I saw them. I was like, oh, that's sick.
Yeah.
So
Check them out, demonsbehindme.com. First page, horror gear collection. Has all the hats, beanies, and our horror-inspired T-shirts. Check those out. What up, Jeff? What's up, Chris? Yeah, Rachel. Michael Myers is a tough one. So incorporating our features with the shape mask, and so we're working on it. We are working on it, but I would agree 100%. Mohawk Mikey, what's up, dude?
what's up, man? Saw Mohawk Mikey at Louder Than Life. He came in.
Nice.
Had a news article. Some newspaper was interviewing him, and he came in and took a picture with me in the tent with them. Took some photos. So
Hell yeah.
Mohawk Mikey's a local festival celebrity.
He's getting there.
He's
man.
always
getting
he's always there in the front row.
Heck yeah.
He's always killing it. Good for him.
Yeah, man. Thanks for joining us. We're going to get into the most important part of what we do. Again, we're going to share a Demons Behind Me story from Jim, not me, a different Jim. And this is a story about how Jim overcame a hardship in his life. He shared it with us at demonsbehindme.com under the resources tab. Share your story, help someone. We are sharing this story because somebody's going through something similar. They are hopeless. They don't know how they're going to make it through. You may know somebody out there like this. This could be you. We are sharing this story because you're going to hear how Jim made it through. That's going to bring you hope. Or that's going to bring your friend hope if you share this video with them. So that is what we do. We're going to shoot Jim a $25 online gift card to demonsbehindme.com just as a thank you. If you have a story that you want to share with us. Again, Demons Behind Me means different things. It's any story about how you overcame a hardship in your life. What was the hardship? How did what did you do to overcome it? And where are you at now? That's all we want to know. Hit us up, demonsbehindme.com, resources, share your story, help someone, but let's get into Jim's story.
All right, so like Jim said, Jim, we appreciate you sharing your story, so we'll get into it here. It says, where do I even begin? Well, I guess back towards the beginning. When I was a kid in school, I was always bullied. I never really felt like I belonged. At 13, I attempted suicide after running away. I was in the woods alone, all alone, and felt like there was no reason to keep going. I slipped both my wrists to my elbows. The next day, I was in a hospital and headed to the youth mental ward. I spent months there, and for the first time I belonged. After getting out, I made it a few months and attempted again. This time, I went to another place for months on end. Fast forward, always hurting, always feeling alone, never feeling right. I found out what cocaine and pills were. I was off to the races. Now I felt right. No more feeling alone, but never getting high enough. The pills stopped, and the streets were way too expensive. I moved on to heroin. To me, it was a cure-all. I wish I had found sooner. After many stays in jail, stealing like crazy to fund my new friend, doing anything and everything I had to for years. I was on probation for credit cards, drug charges, etc. I ended up giving dirty urine after dirty urine, not even caring. The drug that made me feel alive again had stolen my life. Took everything I believe it took everything I believe and everything I believed. Left me in a place I will never see again. My probation officer came to my house with bounty hunters, guns drawn, and I slept on the couch. I woke up to those guns pointing at my head from every angle. I was finally ready to give up, and at that point didn't even have a choice. I went to about five different rehabs, but this one was for long-term court mandatory. I actually felt what I was looking for all along. A place belonged, a place I was clean and sober, a place I didn't have to rob, steal, or break into. I gave 110% for the first time in my life. I made it. I actually completed my 18th month inpatient program. First thing I ever completed and gave my all. I walked out of there that day and basically haven't looked back. Fast forward a little over 15 years. I'm still clean and sober. I work full time and love life. Today I don't have to steal or rob. I own everything I have from hard work, and no one else had to pay a price for any of it. I even bought my second Harley new. Basically, first thing I've ever owned new, and didn't have to steal to get it. I love riding, and that high I was always looking for, I finally found without snorting, shooting, or inhaling it to get it. I love life most of the time. I enjoy working and riding. I don't have to answer to a probation officer or corrections officer anymore. Don't get me wrong, I have my ups and downs, but for the most part, my demons are behind me. The past is just that. People don't cross the street when they see me to get away. People actually treat me the way they should instead of looking at a junkie or thief. I'm still trying to be the best man, and I'm still trying to be the best family man as I still build or rebuild relationships. I'm actually happy, and when I found this organization, I lit up. This is my life and what I was always saying. So demons behind me, thank you. You guys are all like me, and I appreciate your message and everything you're doing and looking to do. I heard I'm heading to Daytona for Bike Week from New Jersey, and I'm looking forward to stopping in your store in Jacksonville and introducing myself, saying hello. Thank you, Jim. All right. That was a lot. Thanks, Jim, for sharing your story with us. You went through a lot, it sounds like, from a young age, being bullied and not sound like you didn't have a whole lot of maybe support in your household that you were in and running away to even, the attempted suicide. We're glad you're still here, and the fact that you tried that multiple times, shows you were really in a bad place, and then going to the streets and trying to find, different avenues, pills, cocaine, heroin. You lived a rough life there, in the beginning of your time here, and what you were going through, and not caring, it sounds like. But the fact that other people cared enough to keep kind of putting you in the right place, and even if it was something you didn't really want to be a part of in the beginning, being moved into certain spots like court order jail or court order probation or court order rehabs, finally, got you to the right mental health or facility to help you get your life back on track and got you to where you need to be. So I really appreciate you sharing your story with us. I know there's a lot going on in your story. So, from a young age, it sounds like you had a rough time and a rough life. But the fact that you're where you're at now and you're 15 years clean and sober, it'd actually be 16 years. I think you submitted this story to us in 2014, if I remember right, on the date that I remember seeing. So that's awesome, and I hope you did stop by this store and say hello to us last year.
Yeah, 2024. Sorry, I got distracted by Chuck's comment. For something other than substances we are using, for me, that's bowling, shooting my first 100. Yeah, that's, Chuck, you bring up a really good point, and a couple things that I mentioned. Obviously, Jim, thank you so much for sharing your story. It takes a lot of bravery to put your story out there to the public. Cheers to you, kudos to you, because your story, people are going to be able to relate with. And there was a point in your story where all hope was lost, and somebody out there right now, all hope is lost, but you made it through, and now you're enjoying life and things have a positive outlook. So I feel like we get the cliff notes of your whole story, Jim. We get to hear the bad and the really bad, and then we get to hear where you are now. There's a lot of story in between that's not told, and I don't want to assume anything. But some stuff that I probably know is correct is that there was definitely therapy involved for you to get to where you are now. There was probably a diagnosis other than addiction or substance abuse that was involved, and you work through those things. And I think that that's super important. Those are the hard things that we need to address as well. Like, why were you feeling the way that you were feeling when you were so young? What trauma did you experience in your life, or what circumstances were you in? Whatever the case may be, there was something else there. So I share that because somebody's going through something similar. They can relate to a couple of these pieces, but I bet they can relate to a lot more that's not told, which is really, really important as well. So you mentioned something that was really cool, is you mentioned that we, demons behind me, are a lot like you, and that is so spot on. What's also spot on is that all of us are a lot like each other, no matter what. We just handle things differently, and we have other experiences that other people don't have. So that's kind of what makes us a little bit different, but to the core, we are all a lot alike. And when we have these conversations with other people that maybe they went through something similar, or maybe they had a similar experience, but they share their perspective on how they made it through, you're going to see how similar you are, but you're also going to learn a little bit from this individual on how to handle things more effectively and in more of a healthy manner, rather than turning to substances and stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, you're spot on. We are all alike. We have different circumstances, different things that happen to us throughout our lives, different medical diagnoses, but where we can all come together is how we choose to handle those things and how we choose to allow those things to impact us. And that's why we feel that the Demons Behind Me mantra is so empowering, because that helps to remind, yeah, this shit happened to me, but I can deal with it how I want to deal with it. And there are good ways to deal with it, and there are some not so good ways to deal with it. But Demons Behind Me exist to remind you that you have the power to choose what you do next. Because what happened to you is over with. There's nothing that you can do about it, but how you think about what happened to you, how you approach what happened to you, what's your attitude around that, that's what matters. And we're here to remind you that you have the power to choose what you do after that circumstance. So,
most definitely.
we all have that power.
The one thing, sharing your story the way you did with us, Jim, is it's hopefully going to get that next person and maybe going down the same path you are to realize that they don't have to go down that same road. They've heard your story, they heard what you went through, and they see that you overcame it. But maybe they'll be like, you know what, I need to check into a rehab. That's what got Jim back to where he needed to be. You actually say here towards the end, it says, I actually felt what I was looking for all along, a place where you belong, a place. So you were with other people that were going through the same thing you were going through. They were going through different addictions or different substance abuse issues, and you were with other people that you connected with and that you could talk with, and they understood what you were going through and how you were feeling and what you went through, and it got you down that path or got you to go down that path. So you were around other people, and you were with the right counselors that understood that you guys were all trying to accomplish the same thing, and that's to become, clean and sober and want to live the life that you really, truly always wanted to live. You just weren't ever shown the way of how to do it and what steps you could take to do that. With Jim, with your story, you had to take the long road, and it was a hard road, and it sounds like it beat you down for quite some time. But the fact that you're there now, is amazing, and I hope that you're still there, and I appreciate you sharing that story with us. And I hope you can use that $25 gift card to get you something that you want, off the website. And if you go to Daytona again from New Jersey, always swing by and say what's up to us.
Yeah, for sure.
We're just right off the path.
Being or feeling that he belonged is what saved his life.
Yeah.
That's what we preach.
Community.
You don't get through things on your own. When he was alone in the woods, death was the option. When he was together with like-minded people in rehab, he belonged, and it saved his life. Or prison, he belonged, and it saved his life.
And he was alone on the streets, stealing, robbing,
doing
whatever he had to do to get that feeling that just made him feel anything, to a certain extent.
Yeah. So that belonging feeling, that's why Demons Behind Me exists. That's why we have these conversations. That's why we put Demons Behind Me huge on all of our apparel, because somebody's going to ask you about it. You're going to connect with somebody. That could be somebody headed to the woods because they don't feel like they belong. But one conversation with you, and you find a common ground somewhere, all of a sudden that belonging and that relationship starts to build. That could literally save somebody's life. So really good story, Jim. Super glad you're still alive. Super glad you're here. And hopefully we see you sooner than later.
Yeah, man.
What else we got?
Thank you, Jim.
We got gear.
We got new Halloween items coming soon, pre-sale. And all the new hats are launched. I believe there's actually a new beanie too, the Ghost Face beanie. It's not up yet, but it just needs to be put up. It's okay, get photography done. So if you're a beanie person, those are out there. We definitely had the Jason in the beanie. Or there it is. My brain's going backwards that way.
That's hard.
So yeah, we got some cool stuff for Halloween. This is one of our favorite times of the year. Kind of fits with the name of the brand too a little bit, I guess.
Yeah. Embrace the spooky.
Embrace the spooky.
And embrace the boobies. That's what we're doing in October.
Perfect.
Saving boobies and spooking people.
Spooking people, spooking folks, and saving boobs.
Awesome. Yeah. So every weekend this month, obviously, we're going to be talking about the big initiatives, breast cancer awareness, and then the upcoming Halloween, and we'll probably be live on Halloween because I'm pretty sure Halloween is a Friday.
Yeah, most definitely.
I got to figure out what I'm going to dress up as.
So if you guys have somebody you know that's went through breast cancer and wants to tell their story about their battle, please ask them to send us an actual story. I actually, before, Jim and I always swap back and forth on reading stories, and that was my main focus today, was try to find a breast cancer survivor or a breast cancer story of some sort, and unfortunately I could not find one. A lot of it was most of our stories that have to deal with cancer or male stories, even the majority of the ones I read, prostate, and all cancers suck. We've all been affected by somebody, or you know somebody, or you've lost somebody to some type form of cancer. No matter whether it's from childhood cancer to breast cancer to prostate cancer, they're all horrible. It's a horrible disease. It affects our lives. But we would love to, share somebody's story about how they went through their fight with breast cancer and came out on the other side. That's encouraging for other women who need that support, need that strong, that type of story, to kind of help put a smile on their face. So if you know somebody or you are that person, maybe ask them if they'd be willing to share their story, and just email it to our customer service at demonsbehindme.com.
Nope, you go to demonsbehindme.com.
Or you do it that way too, right?
demonsbehindme.com, resources tab, share your story, help someone. This is to ensure it doesn't get lost in the mix.
There you go.
If we do it that way. Or you can always email customer service at demonsbehindme.com as well. Share that story. It could motivate somebody to go and get their screening. And that could be huge for that individual. It could save their life. So the Warrior Flannel is live. So whether you're the warrior or you're supporting warriors, get them now because they are flying. All of our breast cancer awareness gear is live at demonsbehindme.com. All of it is moving quickly. Again, a percentage of each of those items purchased will go to fight breast cancer.
That's it. And we just put all new inventory for the Check 1 2s. Those were a little windowed down from the last festival, but we just did all the prints yesterday. Yeah. So they're up and live, and we've got plenty of each size in stock currently.
Yeah, awesome. We want to know what you guys are going to be for Halloween. So next Friday and the Friday after, we'll see what we got.
Man, me and Cherry, we got a Halloween party that we're going to at her sister's house. Her sister always throws a big Halloween party.
Oh man.
I guess maybe they're saying since there's a new Mortal Kombat coming out, there's a Halloween contest.
Oh boy. So
if you come as one of the Mortal Kombat people, you get extra points to being a winner. So I've been looking at some Mortal Kombat gear.
You should be. I was going to say you should be Chun-Li, but I think that's Street Fighter.
Oh, that is Street Fighter, yeah. So I've been looking at some cool Mortal Kombat. I think the new Mortal Kombat comes out on Halloween.
Scorpion wins.
Oh, yeah.
That's awesome. All right, guys. Yesterday's behind you. Move forward today.
Rock on.